Welcome to the Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to the Actor's Choice. Roll it, Tony. Yes, Altonio, I'm on the air right now. What's happening? Tell me something. Okay, everything is still good. Everything is still good. Okay, gotta get it.
Ultimately, how Mr. Powell should be dealt with. This committee should report its findings back within 5 weeks in order that we at that time can find a more permanent solution to the Powell matter.
Adam.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest today is a longtime friend. Now, over the years, I've seen this gentleman performing some very outstanding work, a lot of it, be it politics or acting or being a film producer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Geoffrey Garfield. God, I've known the man all these years. That's Garfield. Hello, Garfield. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Actor's Choice. What a resume you've had over the years. We'll talk about some of them in just a few minutes. First of all, we always ask this question: where were you born?
I was born in New York City, best neighborhood in the country, Corona, East Elmhurst, Queens, right next to what was then Shea Stadium, now City Field, and Flushing Meadow Park with the U.S. Open, and we can walk there, man. It's the best neighborhood in America.
Have you been back to New York City lately?
I haven't been back in a couple of months, but I pretty much go back every 3 months now.
Good.
You know,
over the years, you have had a serious numbers of jobs. I've watched you go from being a campaign manager, directing 37 campaigns in New York, LA, Detroit, San Jose, and the U.S. Virgins. Man, that's a lot of it. Tell us about about some of these positions.
Well, campaign manager is, runs the political campaign, hopefully an elected official or an incumbent. And it's a very intense, I call it the one-day sale. Election day, that's it. It's not like a regular corporation. You're on a shelf. People can come by any time. With a campaign, you got that one day, and then if you're not successful, you got to wait another 2 to 4 years to try it out. But I kind of specialized in non-incumbents, although I have represented incumbents, but I enjoy the independent types who are Democrats, but not necessarily in lockstep. They're coming in to make some changes, and that's what I'm about, being a bit of a change agent. But I started out when I graduated at Alabama State University, way back in '81. I went to Equitable in the Equitable Money Market Account, was account executive. And did that for 4 years, but
that's nice.
Corporate life wasn't for me, so I maneuvered myself into first volunteering for a campaign. In the year later, when I left Equitable, I got a call to see if I want to volunteer with David Dinkins for Manhattan Borough President.
Weren't you an assistant deputy mayor there for a minute for Reardon?
That was in New York, and here in Los Angeles, I worked for the Police Protective League, the police union, starting in '92 on the campaign. And we had to suspend it once the riots occurred. And I became the spokesman for the LAPD police union during the riots. I did my job. I got them on every show you can possibly think of. And it was also important that the union, really admit that what happened with the riots was they were partially responsible. And fortunately, they had a visionary president, my dear friend William Violante, who mentored me all these years since I've been here. He got it. He said it. We as police officers take our share of responsibility of what's happened, and from here on out, we're going to be partners in reform. And it took a liberal guy from New York to kind of help him along with that. But Bill and I have been very, very close. And he did 2 terms as deputy mayor. We helped him get that spot with Reardon. He was the only deputy mayor to get 2 terms. And He's the only union president that has been with led two unions,
Okay.
the Police Protective League, and the one I belong to now, the Engineers and Architects Association, where I'm a labor rep.
Okay. Here's another job you had. Personal manager for GZA, Genius of the Wu-Tang Clan's Liquid.
Liquid Swords. That's GZA of the Wu-Tang Clan. He's one of the three founders, along with Old Dirty and RZA, the mastermind producer behind it all. And we knew, my brother and I managed GZA prior to the creation of the Wu-Tang. And once he got his deal with Geffen Records, he had called me, said, "Hey, I heard you're in LA now. I need your help. I want you to consult." And I did. I did more than consult. I wrote and produced all the videos, 3 videos from Liquid Swords. It's a platinum album. And I checked with YouTube. My 3 videos combined have got 1.2 million views. I don't get any royalties, but I get bragging rights.
Better than nothing. Better than nothing. Now, Geoffrey, let me ask you something. There was another job that you did, a guy by the name of Smokey Robinson.
Yeah, man. I had a client, Gene LaPietra, who owned the 2 clubs in Hollywood, and he was sponsoring. He was an investor in the Smokey Robinson seafood gumbo product, and I was the marketing director. I was already working for him, but he made me marketing director because of my marketing background. And we won 2 SBA awards for getting that product into every supermarket chain, major supermarket chain, within 1 year. And telling you, man, Smokey, working with him, he is the nicest guy you can ever meet. I really, really enjoyed working with him. I mean, he was a legend. I mean, he's been writing music for as long as I've been alive. And I was very blessed to work with him and be a part of that.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask you something. You got your first, in 1986, you got your first IMDb actor credit for a role in the hit movie, She's Gotta Have It.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, I was when I left Equitable, wanted to go to grad school. I'd taken all the other tests for law school and MBA, but I wanted to go into film school because when I was in undergrad in Montgomery, I was a cameraman with the NBC and CBS affiliates, as well as the editor of the newspaper, editor of the yearbook, 4 years of student government. I thought I had the background for it. And so I saw an article in the Village Voice about this young filmmaker. And I said, "Hey, he's a bad dude. I'm a bad dude. We're supposed to know each other." And 2 phone calls, we connected. And once he realized I was coming from financial services, he hit me to raise money for his film, She's Gotta Have It, and which I did. And I gave him money myself. And he rewarded me with a line in the movie. It's a pretty racy, infamous line, but I'm dog number 12, and I've been living that down ever since. And so anyway, it was a great experience. Spike is now going on to become the greatest African American filmmaker of all time, and his partner Monty Ross is my buddy, and he and I brought him on board to help me produce the Adam Clayton Powell Jr. story, Keep the Faith, Baby.
And did you say Spike? Was that Spike Lee?
Spike Lee, yeah. I was there at the beginning, so yeah.
There he is. That's him.
Yeah.
And then there was another lady that you got to know, Tracy Camilla Johns.
Well, she starred in She's Gotta Have It, and everybody thought she would have an incredible career, but she only did a couple of movies and basically retired from the business.
Gotcha. What is she doing these days? I haven't heard or seen anything from her.
I'm not, she wasn't personal friends of mine, so I don't. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Now let's fast forward to the year 2002, and there you are, as the award-winning producer of the biography film Keep the Faith, Baby.
Yeah. That was a great experience, man. It took 8 years. We were in development for eight years, but we managed to get, Harry Lennox, who's an incredible actor, and also a good friend, and Vanessa Williams to star in the movie. And we also had 2 incredible actors, Russell Hornsby playing the reporter, and Lance Reddick, who everybody sees in John Wick movies. Lance is a great guy. And so we had a pretty good cast. We did the film mostly in Toronto, and we had spent 3 weeks in Mexico to be Bimini, the Caribbean island that Powell retreated to, and it was just a great experience, man. It was, again, I produced videos, but to get a full-fledged film, and the director was Doug McHenry, who has done incredible work himself. We just had a good time, and bringing this man's legacy into the 21st century was my goal. I had, in '91, I ran his son, Adam IV, for city council, and was at a difficult race. We actually lost by 34 votes, sued for a new election, got a special election, and started his career as a politician 40 years after his father became the first Black city councilman. So, it became, and I wound up doing a lot of his campaigns in order to ensure that this legacy was in my hands and that, we really keep promoting his father's legacy, and then until the movie came out. And that's what we managed to accomplish. And we've successfully brought the name Adam Clayton Powell into the 21st century with the movie, his son's candidacy, and other things. So I'm very, very proud of that. Very proud.
Handsome young man. Handsome young man. He was my congressman. I used to live at the time at 306 West 138th Street.
Yes.
And his Abyssinian Baptist Church, where his father started out, and then he came after him, and we would see him all the time. He was,
Well, I'd like to talk to you about that, because I've never saw him in person, but I want to just truly get a sense of what the real person was like.
Gotcha.
My father knew him. My father was from Harlem, and my father was a politician in Queens.
Okay.
But I never had a chance to see him in person.
Wow. Now, where did the term "keep the faith, baby" come from? Where did it come from?
That's from the Bible, man. And that was Powell's his signature slogan. And it's a mantra for me, because you go through difficult times, or you assist people who are going through difficult times, particularly now. Everybody's, it's still COVID, and a lot of people are still at home and all that. And the normalcy is gone. And, you got to, when I call my friends, I ask 3 times, how you doing? How you doing? How you really doing? And I, at the end, I would say, we got to, faith is strong. And if you have it in you, it can, take you through a lot of difficulties. So I think it's an appropriate phrase. Again, it's biblical, and that was Powell's his signature slogan.
Like I say, you learn something new every day. Every day.
We got to read the Bible a little bit more.
Amen. 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 By the way, we got a couple of photos if we can run. Here's the first one. Here's actor Harry Lennox. Handsome as he is, suave and debonair, looks just like him. And then there was singer Hazel Scott.
Yeah,
the real person. She married him.
Real Hazel Scott.
Yes.
Vanessa Williams played. Her son is Adam III.
Got you.
Brilliant guy. Yeah.
There's Vanessa.
And Vanessa, yeah, she was wonderful to work with, man. He had her kids there with her, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, she really has a great process. She becomes over time, the various iterations of the scene. Boy, she really, transforms.
Gotcha.
I was very, very pleased to watch her process.
And here's one more video of a picture that we have. This is from Jet Magazine. Picture of Adam Clayton Powell and Scott.
Well, he was very popular in Jet. He was in there numerous times, as well as Ebony.
Yes.
So that's a good cover. I got to find that one. They can put it part of the collection.
Okay. Let's see. Explain the difference, because a lot of people, you've been in that producing seat.
Right.
What's the difference between putting together a biopic, a drama, or a comedy? What's that like?
It's all the same thing. Although with a drama, you don't have to do a fictional drama. You don't have to do any research per se, because it's your made up story. But when you have a biopic, it's important to really do a lot of research to get it right. And we had the benefit of having both of his sons co-sign on what we were doing in developing the script. And we did a lot of research. I sent the writer, Art Washington, did a brilliant job. I sent him a box of 10 of my books on Powell, the 3 biographies, as well as other books that reference Powell. And, he and I talked for hours and hours and hours on the phone late into the night to really get it right. And that's one thing a lot of people are saying, how accurate it is and how true to the spirit of Adam Clayton Powell was. So I'm very, very proud of that.
We got time for one more question, sir. when are you going back to either acting or producing or both?
Well, I'm not an actor. Spike rewarded me with a line. He thought I was good for the part, but I'm not an actor. I've acted as a child, as a kid. We did Day of Absence at Langston Hughes Library. I had a really fun part with that. But I'm a producer, and I'm currently working on shopping a script about the Wilmington 10.
Yes.
1972, eight students and 2 adults got wrongfully blamed for a fire at a grocery store in Wilmington, North Carolina, and they were in and out of jail for 10 years. Wayne Moore who's one of the 10, wrote a wonderful book called Triumphant Warrior. Mm-hmm. And so we successfully adapted that book. The writer is Michel Marriott, a former New York Times writer, but he co-wrote the book with Wayne Moore. So looking forward to shopping that around and getting that done. I like these civil rights stories. They define who we are today. Powell being my first one, and hopefully I can get another one, Wilmington 10.
Get on the air.
A couple of more.
Come on, let's go, man, let's go. All right. That's the next guest. We're trying to find out where he is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, there was one other question I did have for you. When you look at the technology that we have over the years, what do you have to say for it?
Well, I mean, I started professional life in the 80s and grew up with the internet, email, internet, these devices we have. I mean, I grew up, during that time period and adapted. I'm looking forward to this metaverse business.
Yes.
You're in an imaginary world and you got the headphones on. I'm not too fond of artificial intelligence. I watch all the science fiction movies. We all see what happens with that. They take us over. Nor am I in favor of these chips that Elon Musk at Tesla.
Yes, we thought you on here.
Is putting in people's
now.
Going to put in people's heads. I'm not interested in being a part of a hive mind like on Star Trek. We have the Borg. So these are kind of things that we really have to. The government's got to regulate this stuff, man, and make sure nothing escapes out of the laboratory, whether it's a biological, reset with the genes or artificial intelligence or any other many dangers that's coming our way. So yeah, I'm keeping my eye out and an escape plan in case that's required.
It's required. Well, we're out of time now. We want to get you back here soon. Again, you got so much to say. Really good to see you, Geoffrey. Really,
I appreciate it. This is the 20th anniversary of Keep the Faith Baby. We did a video discussion of it. That's on YouTube. Just look up Keep the Faith Baby producers, and it'll pop up. And I think you'll learn a lot more about making of the film and making film, period.
Right. As
the 4 producers and Harry Lennox discuss it 20 years later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geoffrey Garfield. Thank you.
Peace.
This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. We would like to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that we are asking the Actor's Choice squad to help us get former baseball player Curt Flood into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, Curt passed away January 20th, 1997, was the husband of one of our wonderful guests, renowned actress Judy Pace. Now, all you got to do is give us a contact our office at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. We sincerely thank each and every one of you for being a part of this magnificent award for a great baseball player. Roll it, Tony.
Altonio Jackson is an American actor and rapper. He is well known for appearing in the tattoo series Black Ink Crew New York in 2018. Other movies that he has starred in include Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon, I Got the Hook Up Too, and Body Cam, among others. He is popularly known as Ace. As a rapper, Jackson has released symphony.
Okay, my next guest today comes to us from the rapper world, where he's well known and a legend, who goes by the name of Ace B47. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he is an actor. So without further ado, please welcome actor and composer, Altonio Jackson. Mr. Jackson, thank you very much for being here today, sir. Welcome to the Actor's Choice. Question, we just showed a little clip there momentarily, but it showed you look what I call G-double-O-D, looking good. There's no problem there. My friend, where are you from? Tell us where you're from.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Louisiana.
Yes, New Orleans. Yes.
Yeah. We're going through our Mardi Gras right now. First Mardi Gras back from the pandemic.
Got you.
Yeah.
Looks great. Now, you know, in the time that I've had a chance to know you and read about you, here you are, you spent all this time as a rapper. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you decide, I'm going to be an actor. Because a lot of guys and women who are rappers, they do that, as you know. They get into being an actor. So what made you, when did the decision come for you to get and become an actor?
Honestly, man, it happened when I was filming. I was doing music, and a guy who I was signed to by the name of Don Bartholomew, his dad was in the film. His dad was in his TV series called Treme about New Orleans. And so I just auditioned for it, man. I auditioned for it, and it went from there. Honestly, I got the part, and then I got into acting.
Gotcha. Are you still rapping?
Yeah. Honestly, I just got back into it after 5 years into it, so I'm just going far with the music.
Yes. That's something that you've done a good part of your life. I understand you were raised in New Orleans and other cities, but you had a chance to put your hands on a lot of things, and glad to have you here today. Tell us about the roles that you've had as an actor. You've had what, about the 20-some odd, 17 of them. And how many roles have you had? Have you done so far?
Oh man, I'm gonna see. I did Treme. I did Old Boy. I did Treme. I did Old Boy. I did a short project called A Girl Named Grace.
Yes.
I did True Detective. I've done Sacrifice the Pilot. I've done a movie called Blue Bayou. I've done Claws. I have another film coming out pretty soon with Kate Hudson called Melissa. So I've been blessed, man. I did a movie with Mary J. Blige called Bob. Yeah, man, I've been blessed. Yeah, man, been blessed.
I can see the look on your face. You love what you're doing now. Am I right or wrong?
I love it, man. I'm loving it because it's not even just for me, man. I'm building opportunities for them. And
yes,
that is possible to do.
Okay.
The work into it and speak to exist.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think yes. Are we having a technical problem, Tony? I've talked to the engineer. It seems like you're going.
He's having a little bit of connection issues. Yes.
Connection. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. You mentioned Treme back in 2011. You did. I see you did 6 episodes on that project. That was good. That was breaking in on television, what it was for the first time. Advice you would give to people who are now actors or are rappers and became an actor, what advice would you give them about being an actor and being in this business?
Business, man, you got to be real open to it.
Okay.
Man, it's like it helped me in acting. It helped me transition into acting because it's kind of the same.
Okay, I think we lost him.
We lost him, so we'll have to wait till he gets back.
All right. Giving us a chance with Treme, which is a film that he got into. He mentioned that one. Old Boy was another one that he mentioned that he was into. That was quite a job for him. In my talking with him, I understand that life's great. Okay, I think this is him coming back. No, that's not him. That's not him. Okay, that's not him. All right. We'll just hopefully praying that we get him back. Anyway, he tell you that he's got a bunch of people that he's been around, worked with. They know him. He mentioned Sacrifice. That was a movie that he did back in 2021. It was a movie that gave him, I understand, an opportunity to be renewed. but he did mention to me that he did have a problem when he did this movie. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay, he's trying to. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. All right.
To pick up action, yeah, acting. I mean, with music, with acting.
Yes.
Help me with music.
Yes.
It's like music. It's like the lyrics. You to
Okay.
And the instrumental, it helps because when those, what kind of, that's like with the scene in my world.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's different, but it came to me.
Okay. All right. We happen to have okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, Tony, sounds good. I understand that we have a video that you did, and here's a little short cue on it. It was off the movie in 2021 called Sacrifice. Can you roll that, Tony, please?
There she is, our top-earning entertainment attorney.
Pictures show music mogul Larry Stillwell in some troubling situation.
Get rid of him now.
It's Isis. She was attacked last night at her house.
I keep having these dreams. The night my parents died.
I need to know why they're dead.
Okay. There was something very special about that movie for you. Can you please tell our audience what that was, please? Okay, Antonio. Okay, Altonio. He's gone. Okay, I see he's gone. Okay. We have, do you think we can go ahead? It'll be 5 minutes ahead of time. Let's go ahead and go with the the other guest that's here. Okay. We'll get him back on the set another time. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my next, okay, is that him trying to get back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him trying to get back in. All right, technical difficulties, ladies, happens all the time. Okay, there you are, you're back again. Okay.
Yeah, back.
Okay. Are you sitting in a hot room by any chance? Because sometimes when heat will do that too, what you're doing.
No, I'm not really in the hot room. It's kind of pretty cool in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What I said, we just showed a little clip from the movie that you got involved in called Sacrifice. There was something about during that time frame, something happened to you and involving your little brother. Can you tell us about that, please?
Yeah. Maybe like 2 weeks before active filming, I wound up losing my young brother, and I wound up finding. I didn't know I was going to be able to do Sacrifice, honestly, because there's so much going on at that time. My brother, after that, losing my cousin. So I think I lost maybe 4 people right before. So I lost like four close friends and family members right before filming. So I was like, I didn't think I had the strength enough to do it. But those people I lost was honestly my support system. So they helped me through it. Honestly, I did it for them, and I just kept going and just kept busy, and they helped me through.
Well, Antonio, if it's good for you, it's good for me. We're going to go ahead and dedicate today's program to the memory of your little brother. May he rest in peace, indeed. Indeed.
Rest in peace. Rich. Rest in peace.
Can you tell us about the series itself? Is the series going to be renewed?
I'm hearing about that. We don't have a date yet. I did part two.
Okay. All right. And I see that you've also done another program in pre-production right now called Conundrum, Secrets Among Friends.
Yeah. I don't know if they changed the name, the names changed, but the last project I got right now is on these. But yeah, I don't change names so much. So I honestly that title.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember that title.
All right. One more word that I'd like to ask you. Any ideas when a film comes out? When so you don't know when it comes out. Okay, that sounds good. That's good. We can go with that. Just one more last thing is, what's next for you besides a movie? You're gonna, like I asked you, you're still gonna go back to rapping. You're gonna be doing that, right?
Yeah.
You got a new record coming out? Anything like that?
New record coming out. I have a new record coming out soon. It's called
Repeat that again if you can.
There we on. To pick up on that question, new single I have coming out in the project. I have a single coming out. It's called "Back and Forth with Me." So I just shot the visual for it. That's going to be coming out pretty soon. Me and one of my childhood friends, we're actually working on an independent film right now. And I have a project coming out called Ace of Diamonds.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have Ace of Hearts out, Ace of Spades out, Ace of Clubs out, and now this is Ace of Diamonds. So Ace of Diamonds is wrap around, the of my life, like with the Ace of Hearts, which is I'm just now I gotta give the world me who I am. Ace of Spades was more like, okay, I'm here, trying to work, and came out like I'm there, all there. So it's like, and like now film, now I have going on. Diamond is perfect, right? So now I'm really.
All right. Altonio, I think we can jump out at this time. I want to thank you, first of all, for being here and joining us. Best wishes on your career, sir. Please take care. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Altonio Jackson. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it, Tony.
Just had a huge impact on my life. This is my passion, and I feel like it's what I was meant to do. And when my friend got hired, he had served 38 years, and he paroled right before I retired from full-time to start Poetic Justice.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today is a memoirist, poet, playwright, and co-author of a children's book. Now, she's done a number of book projects and over the years, but teaching in a men's prison has afforded her a marvelous position. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Deborah Tobola. Deborah, God bless you, and welcome to the Actor's Choice.
Thank you, Ron, and thanks for inviting us.
Oh, my pleasure. I see two gentlemen down there. How you doing, fellas? Hope everything is well. Jorge Nunez and Cheech Raygoza. We'll start with her first, get a few questions out of her, then she'll introduce you, because I know you guys got a lot to say. Okay. My dear, where were you born? I understand you was born in California, San Luis Obispo.
Yes.
Nice little city. Nice little city. Right there on the water.
On the night I was born, my dad, who worked as a guard at the prison, was chasing an escaped convict, and he missed my birth. And then my first meal away from home was at the prison, and I told my dad, "Daddy, I like eating at the joint." And then 45 years later, I went to work there.
Amazing, amazing. Let's go back a little bit. When did you first start writing? When did you first do that?
When I was 5.
They say living the writing life is what I heard people say.
I fell in love with stories and language. And my grandmother and my mother read to me a lot. so I got to where I love the night before Christmas because of the rhyme. So I knew when to turn the page, and I thought I could read, and then I was reading.
Outstanding. Well, you've made a magnificent career out of writing. When was it that you released a book that was inspired by your time teaching in a state prison?
In 2019.
Okay. Interesting. And what was the name of that book?
Hummingbird in Underworld.
That's a nice title.
Yeah.
How'd you get it?
From a poem I wrote.
I see.
About creating art in prison.
Yes.
And that's where I first met Jorge Nunez. He was my student. And now we're team teaching at the same prison.
Okay.
Correspondence course.
All right. Okay. You have a project. It's called Poetic Justice Project. Can you tell us about it, please?
I started it in 2009, and I just wanted to be able to send my students to a program on the other side, theater, and there wasn't one, so I decided to start one, and we're still here.
All right. Interesting name, Poetic Justice. I remember Tupac Shakur and what's her name? One of the Jacksons, the little lady. Yeah. So did you come before them, or did they came before you?
They came before me.
Okay. Sounds like a winner. You also co-wrote a book called In the Kitchen with a Knife.
Oh, that's a play.
A play, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. And that was, the audience had to choose who the killer was. So everyone would fill out ballots, and we had 3 different endings.
Yes.
Depending on who they picked.
Okay. Like we said earlier, you brought several actors with you today. Can you please introduce them and tell us a little bit about them?
Yes. They're both in our play Terms of Confinement, which is on YouTube until March 30th. It's an hour long. It's beautiful. Maybe Cheech Raygoza, can you talk about the play and your experience with it?
I will. Thank you for having me. My name is Cheech Raygoza. I'm a formerly incarcerated college student here at Allen Hancock College in Santa Maria, California. I got involved with the Poetic Justice Project about 3 years ago or so. And I was asked to play a part of a correction officer. And first thing that came to my mind is, you're crazy. I'm not putting that uniform on, right? I spent 13 years in and out of prison because of my drug addiction. And I finally got clean August 8, 2018. And I haven't looked back since. So I went and auditioned, and I fell in love with this character, right? Playing a correction officer. And I fell in love with it. And when we traveled up and down California performing the play, and our last play in Santa Barbara, California, I didn't want to take the uniform off. I had became this person, right? And it was an awesome experience. And when we started Terms of Confinement, it started off as a writing workshop. Yes. And I was already in college, right, taking classes, and Deborah gave us homework. And I was like, man, I don't know if I could do this. And she introduced us to poetry. I told her, I go, I'm not a poet, right? And she would assign us homework every week, and we write a poem on the topic. And after 12 weeks, she took all our poems and created this magnificent play called Terms of Confinement, which was so awesome. And it has opened my eyes to a whole new world that I never knew existed, right? I didn't think I was a poet, and everything just came to be. It was just so awesome, and it's just a new experience, right? Coming from years of incarceration to perform at the PCPA level, and get to act these different characters. And the audience at no time knows that we're all formerly incarcerated. It isn't until after the play that they realize that we've all been incarcerated. And one of the questions that I was always asked was, "Hey, Cheech, how'd you learn to be a correctional officer?" And I go, "Well, I studied them for 13 years. You know, if you ask a correctional officer to play an inmate, I bet you he does a good job because they study us." And it's just been so wonderful ever since.
Thank
Jorge,
you.
how about you? Same question.
All right. Thank you guys for having me.
Our pleasure.
Terms of confinement. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Okay. Again, you were incarcerated, but you got into acting. What was that? What did that do for you while you were in prison?
Yeah, I haven't done much acting, but I have participated in a play called The Crow while in prison, and in terms of confinement, this last play, and the acting, in this last play, I guess in both plays, it's pretty intense for me because it's real, it's about what we're actually living. So the emotions that I felt and the feelings that I felt while I was acting were actually real feelings and real emotions. So it was intense for me, It was a great experience. Terms of Confinement it's a great play. I love the way it came together. Every one of the actors, the producers, the guy that edited the film, and everyone was somewhere else. Nobody was in touch with each other, and it just came together so lovely. It's just amazing the way it came out.
Can you tell people the premise of the play? I mean, it's about the pandemic and what?
Yeah, sure. The play's about the pandemic hitting and actual feelings and actions and reality of how inmates and correctional officers could and would act in in this circumstance, and a lot of people who watch the play might be surprised at how much empathy and compassion inmates would have for each other, and this play demonstrates that and shows that and shows that like, just because you're an inmate doesn't mean you're not human, and it shows that human side of all the inmates involved.
And the turning point is the prison system is understaffed, and the pandemic has, created a mess. So the people have to decide, half of them are going to get released early, but they don't have the staff even to decide who goes. So they have to decide among themselves which 4 stay and which 4 go.
Deborah, you just put together a movie called Terms of Confinement. You alluded to it a few moments ago. Please tell us about that program, about that picture.
Well, that's what we've been talking about. So they're all the actors. We did it on Zoom, so we had 2 rows of cells.
Okay.
And then they learn that half of them are getting out early because of the pandemic, but they don't have enough staff to make the determination. So they have to decide among themselves who goes and who stays. And it's so powerful, and it's so beautiful and poetic, and the music is wonderful. I urge people to see it.
Okay. Funny you should mention it. We just happen to have a clip. Roll it, Tony.
Oh.
Attention in the building. Building A is on medical quarantine. Remember to wear your masks and maintain social distancing when you're not in your cell. Repeat, Building A is now on medical quarantine program.
Damn. That's us. Third building.
Wow, that's beautiful. We're gonna before we get out of here, we're gonna play another cut of that movie. But I want to ask you, where do you want to take this film? What you gonna do with it?
We're doing 2 talkbacks toward the end of the month so that people who have seen it on YouTube can meet the actors. And then we're just open to whatever happens to it next. Cheech, what do you think? Where should it go?
I smell Emmys. I just think it, because it was done with phones and laptops. We're all in different parts of the United States, and we all came together and we did this fabulous play. I wanted to talk about the script, right? These were all actual experiences that we went through while incarcerated, right? So there's a point in there where one of my scripts talks about, being confined and overcrowded, sleeping in a day room that was meant for TV, sleeping in a gym that was meant for activities, right? They fill them with bunks, and then COVID hits, and all of a sudden they want to comply with the state regulations and take out the bunks. And before it used to be like 5 inmates to a shower. Now it's 1 per shower. Before they make us share a cup, right? And now it's everybody gets their own cup. It's just it's reality, right? About what goes on in the prison system that a lot of people aren't aware of, right? The staff there are overworked and underpaid, and some of them could care less about us. And it's just our opportunity to voice what we go through, right? And I don't know where Deborah worked this magic to create this play, but it is so wonderful, and I hope everybody gets a chance to see it. It's just it's been such an experience. Another thing I wanted to mention too was I never got a chance to be part of this when Deborah was in the prisons, right? I tried to get into education while I was in prison, but ended up doing a 17-month hold term. I went to the hole, and I never got no education, no rehabilitation. It's called California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, CDCR. I have no idea where the R comes from, because all it taught us was how to commit the crime without getting caught, right? Instead of educating ourselves. I've been a college student now for 6 years. I'm waiting to get transferred to a university. I just applied to 4 universities. I find out in April where I get accepted. And education has been the key to end recidivism. So, I work for the community college, and I talk to inmates that are coming out to educate themselves, to end that recidivism, right? And this being part of the Poetic Justice Project has opened my eyes to a whole new world I never knew existed. And it's just, I can't even describe the words the feelings I have when I'm on stage performing. We're all actors, right? We all pretend we're this person, and in actuality, deep down inside, we're just scared individuals of what the world has to offer. So thank you, Deborah, for all you do.
Jorge, we got a few moments. Any comments you have?
Me?
Jorge.
Yes, of course. I know the play was entered into a few film festivals. I would love to get I would love for the play to go like mainstream, just to catch people's eye. It's a great play. It's I think people will enjoy it. They'll see a different perspective that's not shown in films or other stuff. I would love for it to be picked up by like a channel, Netflix or someone, it somewhere. I think it has a future. And I just hope it just comes sooner than later.
Got you. We got just a hot moment. Tony, can you roll that last video, please? You don't know my destiny. How long do I gone away?
Once I wish I was a little bit older.
Son, no offense, youngster, but you just got here. Your pop's not even warm.
Yeah, I figured that would come up.
So we'll agree that we got 3 OGs here and they have priority. That's Sanford, Jigsaw, and Hartman.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Wow. As you said, Deborah, you can get this on YouTube. Well, you right now, just put it in the name in there. Right. Terms of confinement, and it'll be there until March.
Right.
Okay. I thank you very much for stopping by, the three of you. I have run out of time. Deborah, Jorge, Cheech, we wish you the thank all three of you for being here today and sharing what you've been through and what it meant to you. And I hope that people will take that to heart, to the words that you gave. Deborah, we need to get you back again so we get some more presidents to talk to more live partners.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Got it, man. Got it.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank our sponsors, Harvey Brandman Photography is an Art, Ron Irwin's Lose Life, The Way to Lose Weight, Larry Buford's book To the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Acting Training School and Actor Space. And much thanks to our guest today, actor, producer Geoffrey Garfield, actor, composer Altonio Jackson, playwright, poet Deborah Tobola, actor Jorge Nunez, and actor Cheech Raygoza. And of course, special thanks to all of our ever-growing audience. We thank you very much for what you're doing for us. Be well. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Ron.